Today I got a special treat for y'all. We're going to go on a tour. We're going to check out another homesteader's off-grid property. It's going to be sick. You're going to love it, guys. So let's get to it.
Come on in to Mayan World Farm.
Make it look awesome.
I should bring out the 20-pound coconut.
Oh yeah, I was looking at these down here.
Yeah,
They're giant.
yeah. This is one of them is broken the record this year. Here he goes. One we got from Becky, to another friend of mine that's in the giant grower vegetable growing 4-H that we have here. So she grows this and I collect them and I grow them out. So they're growing on the property here now.
So Tony, how long have you been living here?
I'm here on property for about 7 to 6.5 years.
All right.
So it's been really fun, really challenging at times. When we got here, it's just work on the land and restoring it to really a nice environment to grow food for ourselves and for my family.
And how much property do you have?
We have three acres.
All right.
1 acre is pretty much where we live, and it's for my family to run around and sheeps and chickens sometimes. Then we have the 2nd acre for our chickens, or ducks, or goose, or turkeys, or guinea hens, all the fowls, and then our goats and sheep.
Okay.
Back there. And
you
then,
do have a farm.
Yeah, on the far back is where we grow all our giant trees, our unique rare species of trees, mangoes, grapes, apples, so peach. So we have all of that growing in the back there.
Peaches, huh?
Peach.
Hawaii.
Yeah, peach in Hawaii.
Peaches and grapes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What's a good grape variety for people to grow around here?
The Isabella grapes is the one that's doing really well for me. We have another red variety, I can't remember the name, but those are the two that does really well on the lower elevation. Awesome. And they can take a lot more heat. We grow about 50% of our food. We do make medicine and we do sell byproducts from those that we plant. So about 50% only for our family, and then the other 50 for products that we sell outside.
You do have an income that you produce off your land here.
That's correct.
And
yeah.
What sort of income sources are those?
It's the seeds, it's the byproduct, it's the oils, the teas that we make, jams and jellies. This one here is grown from the skin. So we bought a ube at the store. It was a purple one, and we peeled it and we cooked with it. All the skin I normally feed to my worms. So the skin went to my worm bin and it started growing. So I took the skin, it had probably an eye on there, and I took the eye and I planted it. And 5 months afterwards, this is how big it gets. I started in July, harvest around December. This other one is a Napoli. It's a Napoli squash. I grew it for our giant competition. It's from a world record Napoli that was 171.3 pounds. I got mine's state record for Hawaii. It's 77.5 pounds. I'm trying to put Hawaii on the map for growing giant stuff. We do grow the jaguar cacao here. So this is a unique cacao for our culture. The legend was there was this king on his way to destroy his brother. He took his whole entire army to go to war. And on his way to his brother kingdom, one of these fell and cracked open in front of him. And he saw, when he looked in, it looked almost like a cacao inside. The shape, the seed structure is just similar to the cacao that we used to. And he ate it. And when he ate it, it gave him that euphoria feeling and just completely changed his mind from going to war. So he turned his entire army around and gave the fruit to the shaman. And the shaman took it and made the drink of the gods with it. The Mayan Healing Rain is for your bananas. Since we have bungee top here, rather than it transferred from one plant to the other plant, we're able to spray it where it will prevent the insects from transmitting the disease, the virus from the infected plant to your bananas. So if you're paying use a specialized banana or a plantain, you want to protect it. So by spraying it, you can protect your plants from not getting infected with the virus. I love my hibiscus. The hibiscus would get these bumps that you would have on your hibiscus flower. You have the small little bump that the leaf miner would go in. Another use for the Mayan Healing Rain is spraying your hibiscus. All the little burns mark that you see is where those insects came out from. And when the new leaf grows, they don't have any more infestation of those borers, those leaf borers in the plant. Yeah, I get mangoes here.
What variety is this tree?
This is a keet. So this is keet mango, and then how we were able to get mango here in the Puna and Orchid Land area, they need cover. So once you're able to cover them, they will be able to hold the flowers on them. I cover them with my lilikoi, just a vine growing over on top, and then if you can see the palm was covering them as well. So both of them in combination was a cover for it. Another use for our Mayan Healing Rain is on citrus. Citrus is one of the biggest trees that could benefit a lot from the Mayan Healing Rain and the Mayan Healing Wash. We have lime pretty much all year round. This tree was sprayed only once every 6 months with the Mayan Healing Rain, and there's hardly any suckers or any bugs on the new leaves. Most of the time you'll see a lot of aphids and ants on the trees, but with the Mayan Healing Rain, it prevents them from coming around. Yeah. I use the jaguar cacao to make pots. So this is the sunberry. Then I have ashwagandha growing in them. So this is an ashwagandha. So we have the pink, and then we have the red manuka growing. This is for one of our bee project that we'll be doing in the back. So we're growing a couple manuka from cuttings and having them grow. One of my giant sweet pepper that's there.
Looking healthy.
Yeah, no bugs on there. It's also been sprayed with the Mayan Healing Rain.
Yeah, the white flies normally love that stuff.
So they're not ever touching my plants at all. Oh, this is the avocado. You see, no lace wig after they got sprayed. So they've been sprayed about 6 months ago. This is one of our experiments that we did. We left this tree to have get infested with lace bug without spraying. A lot of, you can see on the top part, they have lace bugs on the leaves. But when we sprayed on the bottom part where we could reach, no lace bugs have been coming back after being sprayed with it. So this is one that shows that after spraying it, when they're there, it will kill the bugs. And then when new growth comes back, no lace bugs will be there.
And the other tree, did you do it there?
I did not do any spraying on the other tree.
You can see the difference.
And you can see the difference, yes. Yes. We got 150 infected plants from leaf rust. All of these trees were infected. We sprayed them with the Mayan Healing Rain. And as you can see, there's new growth coming back. Hardly any of the infected leaves that's on them. You'll see in the back, the ones that we didn't spray, they're totally dead. Yeah. So this was an experiment that we did. Most of the times when you prune, you'll see insects coming right away because of the smell from what the new growth start producing. But because we sprayed it 6 months ago, you can see a month ago after we prune, no bugs hitting the new growth from it. So it does take a long while for any insects to come back to a tree after it's been sprayed. So the product is, I think it was magical, but you know, after working with it so much, you get to learn the different insects that we have here in Hawaii. That way you can counteract what they don't like to smell, what they like to eat. So by putting that into our product, we were able to prevent them to come and eat the food that we want to try to grow. Oh, no fertilizer. We are all organic.
So just the animal poop?
Just the animal poop, rabbit poop. One of our fertilizer for the plants. We use them majority of times. This is 100% what we use, or we use from the chicken or the goats. So basically, we left this area just for the animals to roam. They get to do anything they want in here. Mainly, we use them for the eggs and for fertilizer, for the manure. So they turn our compost, the mulch. So we put these in the mulch pile in the coops, and then they would turn the mulch for us by adding manure to it too as well. These are our muscovies and so this was delivered to us yesterday. This will be used in the back to prepare our beds for our giant pumpkins, watermelon, cantaloupe. Your grass is a resource. The sticks that comes from the trees, from the bushes, we would cut down, and then they would be piled up in the hole, and then we will do like a similarity to a hugelkultur. Rather than digging a hole, we use the stick and fill the hole, and then we plant on top of it. This is my watering system.
You have tilapia in there?
I have, tilapia is here, so we fish. We throw a line and then we catch them by line. We eat about 4 of them per month. So this is the area where I grow all my giants.
Okay.
Watermelons, pumpkins, squash, everything is grown in this small little area here.
So I see that it's not ripped. This is just bohoi lava.
Yep. We brought in boxes from the dump and coffee grounds.
So you cut the weeds back and put cardboard?
Yes, I don't cut any of the weeds. The weeds was left there. All we did was putting cardboard on top of the weeds.
So you like smothered them down?
Smothered them down with the cardboard, and then adding the coffee grounds on top of the cardboard and grass clippings.
Okay.
So grass clippings we get from here. And then all we did was just cover that. All you need is a pound of coffee grounds sprinkled on top of the grass or the cardboard. And that will help build up a lot of the microbes. The worms will come. A lot of the beneficial insects love the coffee. After the coffee change from acidic, it will become very alkaline. So you'll have a pH of 7.6 to 7 pH level.
How long are you letting that sit there?
7 days for it to be prepped, ready for you to plant in. But I leave it for 6 months until I'm ready to plant in them.
Okay. So you can have it as soon as a month, but
right,
you let it sit longer.
That's correct.
Gotcha. You're growing some giants out of that.
Growing giants.
So this is the extent of your soil.
This
You're
is the
popping a
extent.
seed into this.
Yeah.
Wow. You can see that it's really shallow.
Yeah. So I grew strawberries in my gutters. I get a lot of strawberry from here. No, after I spray with the Mayan Healing Rains, there's no slugs. They don't eat my strawberries. My strawberries beautiful. The Mayan Healing Rain sprayed on them protects the papayas right through their life. You wipe them off, you won't see that black spot or anything on them. You'll see a smooth, beautiful skin on them. So just by appearance, it will attract a lot of customers for your papayas.
Nice.
These are my scorpion tail peppers. They're the hottest pepper around. Right now we just drop those on the bed so it can grow.
Yeah.
So we do it for seeds. That's how I germinate, just putting them there and letting them grow. What grows will be our succession plant coming up. Our turmeric. So we got about a 10-pound harvest from this bucket just recently. We still have to harvest these other ones. This here is just with cow manure and that's it.
Just cow manure in there?
Just cow manure in there. We germinate some of the seeds right in here in the pot. So we have some giant pumpkin seeds coming up right in here. So all we do is cover it so the rats or mice don't go and eat the seeds. Cover it, and what happens is that this provides heat circulation, and it goes like a little greenhouse in there, and that way the seeds germinate really fast.
Okay.
So this has only been here for about 4-5 days, and it's already germinating and pumpkin seeds there.
What are those beds made out of?
Just from the ground.
Okay. You just
Everything
dug up the dirt.
Everything is
piled it.
yes, piled on top, and then you plant your plants in there, and then grass clippings goes on the top, and then cardboard, and then I'll have mulch, and then I'll have another layer of compost on top. Cardboard suppress a lot of the grass, and when it's used, it composts and becomes soil. The worms like it, so you're calling a lot more worms. The plastic mulch is it doesn't degrade that well. Sometimes it get hot. If you walk on it, you'll feel the heat, and a lot of times it prevents the worms from coming because they don't have no food to eat, so they won't come there if there's no food. There might be shelter for some insects, but not all insects will stay there for a long term because of the heat that it will start generating. Simple little container, you can grow a bunch of food. I get about 25 pounds of food from here.
And what's that
So
soil in there?
this is it's my mix of soil. So it comes off the ground, off the soil from what we have, combined with compost and worm casting. And my compost is all banana compost down into soil, and then feeding the taro with it, because taro likes that rich water kind of soil. And the banana does that with the compost. This here is my favorite area because it has mangoes. I started growing mangoes here, never thinking that I would have a mango tree growing as big on about an inch of soil. This mango tree decided that it wanted to grow, and it will grow here.
You've gotten fruit off it?
I haven't got any fruit from it yet, but just the sheer size of it, I'm thinking it will be really good. I started from a seed, so from the seed to this big tree, the tree capacity here is amazing.
It looks happy.
It looks very happy. It's growing. It's giving off more shoots. It's just doing really, really, really beautiful. So this is our Mayan Healing Wash that we use to protect the trees. The hydrated lime washed into the ground. It unlocks a lot of the nutrients from the soil that's already there. Hawaii has the best soil ever in the world, but it's not unlocked yet. And once we are able to unlock the soil, we're able to grow anything and everything, because lime kills a lot of the microbes, the fungus, and other stuff that's around. So if you're gonna put lime, you always want to put back the microbes. So by spraying worm castings on your trees and adding those things back to it, then lime is good to use. Sometimes there's disease from the plant previously, so we don't want to plant something in here because it can have that same disease transferred to your plants. So one other use that we use our Mayan Healing Wash with is to dunk these guys and just give it a wash. So we had this here used just to wash our containers. It's made with plain essential oils and herbal teas. So the smell that you get from it is with the combination of essential oils and herbs combined together. It's used for pretty much every disease, pathogen, fungus, mites, ticks, sunburn. It helps regulates the temperature, so the hot and cold weather. It's safe to be around kids, pets, animals. You can spray your chickens if they have mites on them, on our dogs if they have fleas or ticks. We use it pretty much for everything except eating or consuming. It doesn't go in your water source. If there's slugs around your catchment, you can spray around the catchment and it will help prevent them from climbing up your catchment.
Wow, Tony, that was an amazing tour. Thank you so much for showing me your place.
Thank you.
I can tell that this Mayan Healing Rain really makes a difference in your garden, and I bet all of us could benefit from some Mayan Healing Rain. If you want to pick up some of your own, where do you need to go to find it?
We're on Facebook at Mayan World Farm, Instagram at Mayan World Farm Hawaii.
And if you're local?
We do on Makulu Market on every Sunday from 7 to 12.
So you can tell this stuff works. Like, this is some amazing produce that's being grown because of the help of a product like this. And this homestead, this off-grid homestead that we have right here in Puna, it's really amazing. All of us can grow in what might seem to be very little soil. You can grow amazing things, yeah?
Right.
So, once again, man, thanks for sharing it with me.
For sure.
Appreciate it.
All right, now get out of here.